Well, it was a Croatian sweep at the 500-level grass championships today. The energetic Borna Coric was able to outdo the mighty Roger Federer at the Halle Open to take his first career title on grass. Marin Cilic, meanwhile, executed a tremendous reversal to eventually outdo Novak Djokovic at the Queen's Club final and take his second title at Queen's Club. I want to break down these matches for you, give you a little bit of a preview of Eastbourne this week, and talk about Roger's prospects at Wimbledon in light of what's happened this week at Halle. Subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up. This is Tennis Talk Daily. Well, I don't think there were many people reaching into their pockets and betting their hard-earned money on Borna Coric today, but he did in fact prevail over the great Federer. Final score 7-6, 3-6, 6-2. Coric on the way to this final had taken out the number 2 seed Alexander Zverev in straight sets, and in fact all of his matches were in straight sets. He lost only one service game on the way to the final. But on the other hand, Coric had only won 2 grass matches in his entire career prior to the Halle Open this year. The smart money was on Federer, and nothing that happened in the first set, which Borna Coric ultimately did win in the breaker, changed that. Federer was protecting his serve very well in the first set. He started with 2 love holds. He was landing 79% of his first serves in the first set, winning 93% of the points behind his first serve and 57% of the points behind his second serve. Federer was able to get to the only break point that appeared in this set in the 11th game, which he lost with a missed forehand cross-court pass. After that, Fed put another love hold in his pocket and was looking very strong going into the breaker. Federer got a mini break in the 8th point with a gorgeous forehand and went up 6-4 with 2 set points, but he missed his first serve, and then Coric punished him with a deep forehand return into Federer's backhand corner. Coric missed his first serve, landed his second serve, and in the course of the ensuing rally slipped on the grass, but got up and was able to win the point. Federer didn't have an answer to Coric's forehand right to Federer's feet as Federer was approaching the net. That brought it to 6-6 in the breaker. Coric hit a very strong serve that Federer couldn't return. Then it was 6-7 with Federer serving and set point for Coric. Federer landed his first serve, but Coric blocked back a return that went very deep. Federer couldn't really dictate the shot going back, and Coric punished him with a backhand cross-court very deep into the corner. Federer mishit a backhand, and the set was Coric's. But Federer wasn't letting up. In the second set, he served very well. He was landing 76% of his first serves, winning 86% of the points behind his first serve. He was able to get 3 break points during the course of the set. He broke Coric in the 8th game on one of those break points when Coric missed a volley. Federer hit 15 winners during the second set to Coric's 7, 6 unforced errors to Coric's 9, won 7 out of 9 points at the net. He won 34 points to Coric's 22, and he took the second set convincingly 6-3. In the third set, the same pattern emerged. There was a love hold by Federer in the 5th game, but the 6th game was the turning point. Federer stopped landing his first serves. He landed only 1 of 6 first serves in that 6th game, which is only 17% of the first serves. There was suffocating depth coming from Coric's ground strokes, and that was the strategy he used in Indian Wells when he took the first set off Federer. The deep ground strokes were often right at Federer's feet, and Fed did not have good answers for these most of the time. Meanwhile, Federer exhausted all of his challenges during the 6th game, and he was wrong each time he challenged. Coric ultimately broke Federer in this 6th game when a Federer slice sailed just out. In the 7th game, Coric held fairly comfortably, and at one point a Federer backhand was called out, but it really did look in. The problem was Federer had exhausted his challenges in Game 6, so he couldn't challenge the call. At 2-5, Federer went up 40-15. Then he double faulted. Then he was outdone at the net after Coric placed a forehand right to Federer's feet once again. Coric then got his first match point when Federer inexplicably missed a very easy backhand put away at the net behind a powerful first serve. But then Federer executed the same 1-2 punch with the backhand put away to save the match point. At deuce, Federer missed another first serve and Coric punished Federer's second serve, dictating a fairly long rally, and here Federer just looked worn out. He was just struggling to get things back at all. He had no pace. He had no dictation in this rally. That teed up match point number 2. Federer missed his first serve down the middle by about a mile. Federer came in for a volley behind his second serve. Coric's return was fairly weak, and there was plenty of height to it to enable Federer to put this away, but he netted the forehand put away, surrendering the match to Coric. So why did Federer lose? Well, in the first set tiebreaker, Coric began to just suffocate Federer with the depth of his ground strokes, often right into the corners, other times, like I said, to Federer's feet. That enabled Coric to take the breaker and the first set. In the third set, Roger's serve totally fell apart in the sixth game. Again, only getting 17% of his first serves in that game, 1 of 6 first serves. Finally, in Game 8 of the third set, when Coric was able to break Federer a second time, Federer just missed, inexplicably again, these very easy put-away volleys behind strong serves and weak service returns. It was something of an upset. There were some flashes of brilliance from Roger, but ultimately Coric was able to prevail on this day, in part because Roger just expired toward the end. He just looked exhausted. I think he could have won this match easily in 2 sets had he prevailed in the first set tiebreaker, but 3 sets was just too much. I still think he's the clear favorite going in to Wimbledon. Remember, when he had to deal with the real competition, and by that I mean Kyrgios and Raonic, he did deliver at Stuttgart. In fact, I think the result of this match is a good thing. Roger needed to be punished for these errors that he was tending to make in these last couple of matches. He has been punished. Coric didn't let him get away with it, and Roger will remember that going into Wimbledon. I did predict Roger to win, but I also laid out some requirements in terms of what he had to do in order to win, and he didn't satisfy those requirements. His first serve went to pieces in the 6th game of the third set, and Coric just attacked him. Roger is still the king of the tiebreaker. His record in tiebreaks speak for themselves. He's still won 16 out of the last 18 tiebreaks he played at Halle. Going into the tiebreak of the first set today, the smart money was on Federer, which brings me to my final point. I was not wrong to predict Federer, folks. The smart money was on Federer. There were doubters, sure, the nervous Fed fans, but would they have reached deep into their pockets and bet their hard-earned money on Borna Coric today? I don't think so. Congratulations to Coric. He played an excellent match today, and congratulations to Roger for reaching the final and giving it his best. Meanwhile, over at Queen's Club, Cilic defeated Djokovic in the final 5-7, 7-6, 6-3. This is his second title at Queen's. I do believe that Cilic going into Wimbledon is probably the second favorite at this point, but Djokovic showed some real signs of improvement. I'm not sure we can say that Djokovic is not back just based on the loss today. His performance this week was very convincing, and this match with Cilic was a fairly close affair. Djokovic could very well be a significant threat at Wimbledon. Drop a comment with your views. I can't wait to hear from you guys. I hope everyone is well. Thank you for your viewership. Subscribe to the channel. Give the video a thumbs up. Signing off from Boston.